Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. Today is a beautiful day to dive into the relentless madness erupting in Port Charles. We have explosive spoilers, massive showdowns, and a highly anticipated homecoming that will permanently shatter the canvas. Grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and brace yourselves, because we are breaking down every single shocking twist heading your way. Anna Devane is finally home, and she's out for absolute blood. The legendary super spy has walked back into Port Charles, but the warm hugs and welcome home banners are masking a terrifying reality. Anna is not buying the neatly packaged lies the WSB is selling, and she has brought a deadly, invisible stowaway with her. The WSB wants the world to believe their tidy narrative, but Anna is preparing to torch their entire operation to the ground. Get ready, because Anna is swinging for the fences, and her first targets are the very people who should be her closest allies. The official version of events being peddled to the residents of Port Charles is a complete, fabricated masterpiece of espionage cover-ups. Ross Cullum, the deeply corrupt WSB director who orchestrated a massive international conspiracy and helped engineer Anna's horrific captivity beneath Windermere, met a violent end during the massive July shootout on Spoon Island. But instead of being exposed as the ruthless monster he truly was, the WSB is actively polishing his legacy. They are spinning Cullum into a fallen hero who died valiantly in the line of duty. It is a sickening rewrite of history, designed to protect the agency's darkest secret. The WSB's web of lies does not stop there. The agency has also officially declared Cassius Faison dead. Cassius, the lethal imposter who stole a dead detective's face, supposedly took the blame for the Windermere catastrophe and perished. But the audience knows the explosive truth. Cassius Faison is very much alive in secret WSB custody, operating as a ghost for the mysterious new agency leader known only as Z. Anna Devane is the one person in Port Charles with the tactical skills and the burning rage required to rip the lid off this conspiracy. Anna's homecoming comes with a massive, terrifying complication that nobody else can. Peter August has been dead since 2022. His reign of terror permanently ended when Felicia Scorpio struck him down with a tire iron. Yet, a vivid, menacing hallucination of Peter strolled right into Anna's living room. He is purring toxic advice, urging her to abandon the law, unleash her lethal training, and take her revenge on everyone who wronged her. This hallucination is a ticking time bomb, sitting directly under the surface of every single move Anna makes this. She is telling absolutely nobody about the dead man whispering in her ear. She is hiding a severe psychological break while running a rogue, high-stakes investigation against the most powerful intelligence agency in the world. If Anna listens to Peter's dark commands, the body count in Port Charles is going to skyrocket, and the collateral damage will be catastrophic. The week kicks off with a massive television milestone, the monumental 16,000th episode of General Hospital, and the drama is dialed up to a fever pitch. On Monday, Anna receives a mysterious, chilling warning that she simply cannot ignore. The spoiler coverage is playing coy, framing the moment with a wink, and asking whether this warning comes from a living, breathing enemy or from her imaginary, sinister companion. Reading between the lines, the odds heavily favor the voice being not of this world. Peter August is pulling her strings from beyond the grave, manipulating her fractured psyche and pushing her toward a deadly confrontation. A legendary super spy hiding severe hallucinations while she conducts her own private war is a recipe for absolute disaster. These brilliant writers did not build this psychological powder keg by accident. The warning Anna receives on Monday will set the trajectory for a week of explosive, unforgiving violence. The tension continues to escalate as the week progresses, heavily involving the desperate plight of Liesl Obrecht. Liesl spent agonizing months locked in the exact same Windermere sub-basement as Anna, suffering under the cruel thumb of Ross Cullum and being forced to complete the dangerous cold fusion prototype. Liesl swallowed her immense pride and begged Anna for help. She pleaded with the former police commissioner to help clear Cassius Faison's name, swearing up and down that Cullum was the true monster of the operation, and that Cassius was merely a pawn. Anna refused, flat out. She looked Liesl in the eye and denied her requests, demanding hard, undeniable proof of what is real before she even considers lifting a... Anna is trapped in a world where she cannot trust her own eyes, let alone the word of the woman who gave birth to the imposter who helped ruin her life. That flat refusal sets the stage for a massive, earth-shattering eruption. Liesl Obrecht has officially had enough. She is a mother fighting for the survival of her son, and her patience has completely evaporated. When Obrecht lashes out, she does not hold back, and her wrath is a force of nature. The freshest spoiler roundups confirm that Liesl will start swinging, verbally and perhaps physically, tearing into Anna for her cold, calculated rejection. When Obrecht explodes, nobody in the immediate blast radius stays clean. This confrontation will drag all of their shared, bloody history out into the open. Liesel knows exactly how to push Anna's buttons, and with Anna's mind already fracturing under the weight of Peter August's whispers, this blow-up could be the exact trigger that sends the super spy completely off the deep end. The walls of Port Charles are going to shake when these two formidable women finally collapse. But the absolute centerpiece of Thursday's explosive episode is the brutal, unforgiving interrogation of Britt Westbourne. Anna Devane is dragging Britt directly into the hot seat, and the timing of this confrontation is deliciously, agonizingly cruel. Britt only just walked free after the WSB abruptly declined to press kidnapping charges following her terrifying ordeal in Tortola. Britt was arrested moments before she could inject herself with her medication, an arrest that inadvertently saved her life because Ross Cullum had secretly swapped her vials with lethal poison. She survived by the skin of her teeth, but the physical freedom means absolutely nothing compared to the psychological torture she is currently enduring. Britt is a woman walking on shattered glass, attempting to rebuild her entire existence from scratch while grappling with a betrayal that defies all logic. Britt is still reeling from the bombshell that completely destroyed her reality. She never had Huntington's disease. Ross Cullum maliciously faked her test results. He manipulated her lab work and orchestrated a massive, cruel gaslighting campaign to keep her under his control. The medication she swallowed, the injections she pushed into her own veins, the treatment she firmly believed was keeping a fatal genetic curse at bay was all nothing but saline. She lost years of her life to a completely manufactured death sentence. Her staged death in 2023, the grief she caused her loved ones, the time she spent on the run, was all a lie built by the WSB. Marco Rios died for absolutely nothing over those saline strips. Britt came home to a town that had already mourned her, only to realize her entire nightmare was a calculated intelligence operation. This is the deeply traumatized, volatile woman that Anna Devane is dragging into an interrogation room. Anna is not bringing sympathy or understanding to this meeting. She is bringing relentless, searing fire. Anna lost the better part of a year, trapped in a dark cell, drugged into a chemical fog, and tormented by a dead man's voice piped through the stone walls. She looks across the table at Britt and sees the connective tissue to every single lie she came home to. 2 shattered women, 1 sterile room, and a massive mountain of dark secrets standing between. Britt is bleeding from the fresh, agonizing wound of her fake diagnosis, and Anna is prodding that wound with the cold, calculated precision of a master interrogator. The tension in that room will be suffocating, as Anna demands answers that Britt may not even possess, pushing the former chief of staff to her absolute breaking point. Why is Anna pushing so hard? Because Britt sits at the dead center of Cullum's cold fusion operation and the WSB's current cover-up, Anna is interrogating Britt over a story the audience already knows is entirely false. Anna knows the WSB is burying Cassius Phazon on paper while holding him in a black site. She needs to know exactly what Britt saw, what she heard, and how deep the agency's corruption truly runs. Anna is the only person in Port Charles with the skill and the blinding rage required to torch the Bureau's tidy narrative, and Wednesday's spoilers tease that she will need every single trick in her extensive playbook to find her answers. Britt is simply the first door Anna plans to kick in. The super spy is not going to stop until she exposes the WSB's lies, even if she has to destroy Britt's fragile, newly reclaimed freedom to do it. As if the stakes were not already pushing the limits of human endurance, Monday's landmark episode brings the ultimate wildcard back to Port Charles. Jason is finally home. After spending agonizing months surviving the brutal, unspeakable horrors of a WSB black site in Jakarta, Indonesia, Jason is a free man. But he is fundamentally, permanently changed. He willingly took the fall to protect Rocco Falconeri from the Cullum shooting fallout, sacrificing his own freedom for Dante and Lulu's teenage son. Now, he is walking back into a town that has completely shifted on its axis, and he is carrying severe, debilitating PTSD from his imprisonment. The intense nightmares followed him on the flight home, flashing back to the torture he endured. The damage is visible in his eyes, and the healing process has not even begun. He is a lethal enforcer who is no longer sure of his place in the world. The head writers have explicitly promised that Jason's highly anticipated return will directly and violently impact both Britt and Anna. Remember the history here. Jason declared his profound love to Britt right before the Bureau hauled him away in hand. They were secretly planning a life together, far away from the mob and the WSB's reach. Now he is walking straight back into a war zone, completely unaware of the hell Britt has endured in his. He does not know about the fake Huntington's diagnosis, the saline syringes, or her terrifying time on the run with Rocco. He is walking into the Quartermain boathouse to a tearful, emotional reunion with his son Danny, but the joy of that moment is merely the calm before a massive, devastating storm. Jason is about to discover that the woman he loves is under vicious attack by one of his oldest allies. Don't be surprised if Jason walks straight into the middle of Anna Devane's ruthless interrogation of Britt Westport. Jason is going to find the woman he loves being backed into a corner by a former police commissioner who is secretly taking dark orders from a hallucination of Peter August. How will Jason react when he sees Anna tearing into Britt? Will his lethal instincts kick in, forcing him to neutralize the threat, even if that threat is Anna Devane? Jason has always been the ultimate protector, the man who assesses a dangerous situation and shuts it down. He is going to have to pick a side, and his choice will dictate the power dynamics in Port Charles for the rest of the explosive summer. Will he rush to Britt's defense? Or will he realize that Anna holds the key to bringing down the WSB operatives who tortured him in Jakarta? The collision course is set, and the impact will be catastrophic. While Anna is waging her private war, another massive scheme is unfolding in the background. Jocelyn Jacks, recovering from her gunshot wounds and fully embracing her new life as a WSB agent, is orchestrating a highly manipulative ploy. She is actively using Valentine Cassadine as a pawn to deliver secret messages to Anna. Jocelyn knows exactly what she is doing. She is counting on Valentine's old dangerous obsession with the super spy to reignite. Her ultimate goal is to cause a permanent split between Valentine and her mother, Carly Spencer. Jocelyn despises the fact that Carly hid a fugitive in her attic and carried on a secret romance, and she is using the WSB's resources and Valentine's lingering feelings for Anna to blow that relationship to pieces. It is a cold, calculated move from a young woman who is rapidly learning how to play the intelligence game at the highest possible level. This calculated manipulation leads directly to the massive, heart-stopping Friday cliffhanger. Friday's episode ends with Valentine Cassadine, freshly pardoned and supposedly committed to Carly, standing right at Anna Devane's door. He shows up unannounced with highly classified insider knowledge about Anna's hostage nightmare with Cullum and Jen Sidwell. He offers a sincere apology for what she endured, but his presence sends shockwaves through Anna's already fractured. She is deeply agitated by how much he knows, and she is desperately struggling to hide her terrifying Peter August visions from his observant eye. This unexpected reunion lands like a live grenade in the middle of multiple relationships. Carly is going to unleash hell when she realizes Valentine is sniffing around his ex again, and Valentine might be the only person capable of seeing through Anna. The board is set, the pieces are moving, and the explosion is imminent. The stage is perfectly set for a week of unparalleled, high-stakes television. Anna is hunting for the truth while battling her own inner demons. Britt is fighting to survive the fallout of a stolen life, and Jason is standing at the crossroads of revenge and redemption. Valentine's arrival at Anna's door is the final spark needed to ignite this massive powder keg, threatening to burn down Carly's romance and expose Anna's terrifying hallucination. With the WSB desperately trying to maintain their cover-up and Peter August whispering dark commands from beyond the grave, nobody in Port Charles is safe from the impending carnage. The lines are drawn, the weapons are loaded, and the ultimate showdown is finally here. Whose side of the interrogation table are you on when the bullets start flying and the secrets spill?